I think it's important to start this week talking about AI and the technology with a focused discussion on responsible AI, because it's not just about the technology, right? We can create the most sophisticated technology, but if we don't do it in a responsible way or implement it in a responsible way, and we are going to make a lot of mistakes along the way. So I think this is a wonderful opportunity, but also a fantastic example to show just the connection between society and technology. It's not technology being made sort of on its own, and society is over here on the other side. No, society influences the kinds of technology that are being made. Technology influences society. We refer to this as a socio-technical system, right? And so I think this is a wonderful moment to show that AI is a part of a socio-technical system, and we will have the kind of AI that society decides we want to have, and hopefully that is responsible AI.
And within this system, who is responsible? Who is we?
Right. We all share certain kinds of responsibility and certain levels of criticality, right? So you can say that the average consumer is responsible to a certain extent, but that doesn't mean that, they're going to get in trouble when something doesn't go right, or they're going to get in trouble if they buy the wrong product. It just means that they should be aware of some of the consequences of the products that they might be getting. So for them to be responsible, it also means that they have to be aware and educated. So that gives a responsibility to politicians, to academics, to not-for-profit organizations, to industry who are making the products. So they have a different kind of responsibility. It's about creating good products, and by good I mean products that don't erode societal values, products that empower consumers, that give them the option to choose for more privacy-sensitive controls and so on and so forth. So companies have a responsibility to create certain kind of products, but also to educate the consumer that is going to buy their product. Politicians have a certain responsibility to think beyond the bottom line, to think beyond the dollar, and to decide how can we make sure that we protect citizens while companies are making these products. I think it's really important for us to understand that AI hasn't been solved, right? We don't know everything there is to know about AI in terms of AI as a technology, but also in terms of the kind of societal implications that it's going to have. There are still going to be unintended consequences that we will learn about 2 months from now, 2 years from now, 20 years from now. So when you look at it like that, then I think it's more appropriate to start to think of artificial intelligence as an experiment. And when we use it in the real world, when we use it in the wild, this is technology as a social experiment. And when you can sort of wrap your brain around that, then there are things that follow. Then we have to have ethical constraints in place. We have to have sayings where, you can't use it on vulnerable demographics, or you have to have a purpose for which you're going to use it. You can't just use AI for AI's sake. So if we can agree that it is a kind of social experiment when it's being used in society in this way, then we should also be able to come together and agree on the kinds of constraints that we should place on this experiment, and that is the way that we can do it in a responsible way.